Assalamu alaikum friends, I am Atif Ali and today I will give my lecture on John Keats' poem on first looking into Chapman's humor. George Chapman was an Elizabethan dramatist and was one of the rivals of William Shakespeare. Chapman translated the famous work of Greek poet Homer in 1616. That work of Chapman was put before John Keats by Charles Cowden Clarke, who was his friend. They both sat down and read it, and Keats was delighted to read some of the passages. In the next morning, when John Keats left, he went to his home and wrote a poem as a tribute to George Chapman. Before George Chapman, Alexander Pope and John Dryden also did the translation of Homer. So what was special about George Chapman? Well, George Chapman translated Homer in prose while Dryden and Pope translated in heroic couplet. This poem first appeared in London newspaper The Examiner in 1816. So let's start the explanation of this poem. So first four lines says that much have I travelled in the realms of gold, and many goodly states and kingdoms seen. Round many westerns island have I been, which bars in fealty to Apollo hold. So here John Keats says that he has traveled to many places and has seen many kingdoms and western islands. In fact, he wants to say that he has read many books and through these books he has visited many places through words of the writer. In the fourth line, bards mean a poet who sings his poem for entertainment. Fealty means loyalty and Apollo is the god of poetry. So he questions over here that which poet is loyal to the god of poetry. Next four lines are oft of one wide expanse had I been told that deep proud Homer ruled as his domains. Yet did I never breathe its pure serene till I heard Chapman speak out loud and bold. In the first line, wide expanse means Homer's epic poems. Homer has written two long and lengthy poems called Iliad and Odyssey. So Keats was told very early about Homer and the famous epics that he wrote. Next, deep brows refer to Homer's wisdom. So John Keats wants to say that the domain of Homer was epic and his wisdom ruled in that domain. In the next two lines, he says that I listened about Homer and read some work, but it was not that we call comfortable or suitable. Maybe John Keats wasn't able to understand and then he took and read the translation of Chapman. And for John Keats, Chapman speaks loud and bold, means that he now understood the work of Homer quite easily and it was like Chapman converted something abstract into reality. Next six lines are then felt like some watcher of the skies, when a new planet swims into his skin, or like stout Curtis when with eagle eyes he stared at the Pacific, and all his men looked at each other with a wild surmise, silent upon a peak in Darien. In the line 9 and 10, Keats says that he feels as if he has become an astronomer and a new planet has come into his view or he has seen a new planet in his telescope. Well, history tells us that the planet Uranus was discovered by British astronomers in 1781. So probably Keats is comparing the discovery of Chapman's translation of Homer to the discovery of Uranus. Line 11 and 12 gives us the reference of Hernan Cortes, who was Spanish conquistador, and according to Keats, he was the one who discovered the Pacific Ocean. Well, in reality, it was not Cortes but Balboa who discovered Pacific Ocean. So John Keats might be confused over here. In line 14, we find Darien. So Darien is a province of Panama and it was a place or mountain from where they first saw Pacific Ocean. So in the last lines, we can get this sense that Cortes or Balboa discovered Pacific Ocean. Chapman discovered Homer, and like the man of Cortes who were confused, John Keats was also confused when he read Homer in Greek. but now with the paraphrasing he is able to understand it more perfectly. Dear friends, George Chapman was the one who finished the incomplete poem of Christopher Marlowe, which was Hero and Leander. Christopher Marlowe died before finishing the poem, and it was probably left for Chapman to finish it. With this, I have come to the end. Thanks for watching this video.